So, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, as you could already know by now, and I'm always saying another week and another big guest that I'm bringing. As you can see, today is going to be another interview in English, and it's one of our acquisition. It's been a while now because the season started like uh, he was acquired in August, and we already have a couple of games in the Romanian Cup. But he's still like one of the new players that came this year. He has experience being in Romania before. He actually came from. I know it's bad for us as a Steaua fans to say it. He came from the champions because we're supposed to be the champions. But hopefully he's going to bring us the championship like soon. And he came from the champions by Amare, and he has a lot of experience also playing in other places. He started like really early in his native country. He has a lot of international games playing for his national team. Also, his brother is also like another famous player. It's Ryan. I'm not gonna say the family name because then you people are gonna know what I'm talking about. And also, he's a part of the second line. Uh, and hopefully he's gonna help us with a forward like position and things like that. And he also was selected as the best player in exactly the game when we played in the Romanian Cup against his former team, and we won by 1 point, but it was actually a big win. I'm gonna have a picture about that later on. But like you guys know, I don't want to say too many things and be specific about it because you guys are gonna find out through my questions, and all the information are gonna be on the screen and scrolling over there, and it's gonna be also in the description of this interview. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna bring you, and also I don't want you guys to think that I misspelled his name because it's also like a really common name in Romania, but his name has actually double A in there, and if you take one A out, it's a Romanian name too. So don't you guys think that I typed it wrong? This is his name. It's a little bit of coincidences, but anyway, I speak too much, and I don't want to like make any any mistakes and stuff like that. So, like I said, uh, dear friends, and especially Steaua fans, today we're going to talk about rugby, and I'm bringing you guys in. Nobody else than Adriaan Ludick.
Hi,
Hi.
hi, how are you?
Thank you again for this opportunity, and especially because it's the weekend, and you know how they say here, like in the United States, is the quality time. So
Yeah,
I'm actually thank all of your people like around you that you give this time to me and not to them.
yeah,
uh,
it's a
and
pleasure.
thank you again, and welcome to Steaua. I know it's been like few months, but I don't know if you have the chance. I actually have. I've seen you have some interviews after a bunch of games, and maybe the people from Steaua TV give you like a little interview. But this is going to be a little longer, and we're going to talk about your career.
Yeah,
And I'm always like starting with the roots. So I'm going to ask you with how did this wonderful story of you started? At what age, and who discovered you?
yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to have a interview with you. I in Namibia we start our rugby careers really young. So when you're 7, you start your rugby career if you want to play rugby. But most of the boys in Namibia play rugby. So you don't really have a decision. You play rugby and you play cricket. So my career started at 7.
Yeah,
And I fell in love with the game from a young age. And through my primary school, I was in Namibia, and then high school, I was also in Namibia for 2 years. And then I got the opportunity to go to Paarl Gym in South Africa. So it's
yeah,
one of the top schools in South Africa. So I decided to take that opportunity, and I think that opened doors for me in my rugby career. I think without that, my rugby career could have gone other directions, but that really opened a lot of doors for me because there's a lot of old Springboks coaching there, and it's one of the best rugby schools in South Africa. So that opened a big door for me. And after that, I went to the Bulls in South Africa, the Blue Bulls that plays in the URC. I
yeah,
was there for 1 year, and I went to Boland after that. And then I had a chat with my wife, and we said, yeah, I want to go overseas and I want to see what opportunities there. So I took an opportunity in France in National 2 at Limoges. And I was there for 3 seasons with my wife and my daughter. We were living in France, and I said I want to explore other opportunities. And yeah, I don't think I must mention that name here, but yeah, then I went to Romania, and I went to Baia to experience the Romanian culture. And then after that, I got the opportunity from Steaua to go to them, and that was a no-brainer for me once I met the coach and I saw how they operate and the stuff they do and the conditions that they train in, and we are professional there. So for me, that was the easy decision, and I went to Steaua. And yeah, I'm today. I've played 20 tests for my country. I've played in a World Cup.
Yeah,
And
you played a bunch of them, like under 17, under 20, under 19. Yeah.
Yeah, under 19, I played in 2 or 3 of them, and under 20 in 2 of them.
Yep.
And then in my senior debut was in 2018.
Yep.
And then I played the 2023 World Cup. Was one of the highlights of my career.
Yeah, correct. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention that we're not just proud that you join our team. You're like a really smart person, and I have in my notes, and he's going to scroll on the screen about the school that you went to, and I'm sorry I forgot to mention it in the in the presentation.
No problem.
And then I talk also like about your brother. Like, is your brother like younger or older than you?
My brother is 4 years older than me, and that's one of the big highlights in my rugby career. When I made my test debut for Namibia, my senior test debut for Namibia 2018 against Russia, he was my lock partner, so I was number 4, he was number 5. So that's the first time we played together, and that's also the first time I made my debut for Namibia. So that was a really special day for our family and for us as 2 brothers.
Correct. Yeah. And I know that your position, it's number 4 and 5, so he plays the same position as you.
Yeah, he plays. So he's more in rugby. So in Romania, I think the positions is switched. So I think in Romania the enforcer lock plays number 5, and the line-out locks plays number 4. But in Namibia it's switched. So I play number 4 here, and he's really tall. So he's 2 meters and 6 centimeters. So he's more the line-out option, and so we play the same position, but we are different types of players. But yeah, we are both our locks.
Yeah, and you always played with number 4, or those games when you play with number 5 too.
So in Namibia, if I play in Namibia, I play number 4, and if I play overseas, so like when I played in France, it's number 5, and in Romania, it's also number 5 or 4. They don't really have a certain way. Some games I play 4, some games I play 5. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what jersey you put on. It's what you do on the field.
Yeah, correct. And because you started at the early age, like at 7 years old, so it's like when you started going to school, you started playing rugby too.
Yeah. So in Namibia, when you go to grade 1, when you start school, then you choose a sport, and all of us chose rugby. So that's where my career started. So from a really young age.
Yeah, correct. And because you started at that early, but you already have your brother being like 4 years older, and he started like before you. Do you have anybody else in the family is playing sports, either rugby or something else?
No. My father played tennis and stuff, but no one in our family played rugby. That's me and my brother is first.
Oh, but your father played tennis. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. My father played tennis when he was in school and just after school. But that times was different. It was not professional sport that time in South Africa. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different to what we do now. Yeah.
And he never tried to convince either you or your brother to play tennis, right?
No. Because everyone in Namibia plays rugby. So he was.
Oh yeah. Because you said it's national sports, but I thought maybe one of you got his talent or something, and maybe he was trying to convince you.
My brother tried to play tennis for a few years, but that didn't work out for him. He said no, he wants to play rugby, and we went that way.
Yeah. I don't want to like make like a difference or saying in one place is better than the other. But like you said, you're in your country, the rugby it's a national sport and also one of the best teams countries in the world. It's South Africa where you played. If you could make like a comparison between how is it in your country and how is it in South Africa, and
Yeah.
how did you feel when you played there, and if there were like any famous players of that time or became famous later on, some of your ex colleagues or stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the big difference between Namibia and South Africa is probably the professionalism. So in South
Oh,
Africa, they play pro rugby and they are contracted professional players,
yeah,
whereas in Namibia we don't have professional players. So we go overseas. We have rugby here, so we have club rugby and everything, but it's not professional. So you go to work from 7 to 5, and then after work you go to the rugby field and then you train as a team. So rugby is not your work here, whereas in South Africa, it's professional and that's what you get paid to do. So I think that's where the level difference is, and that's why they are so far ahead, and they are number one in the world as well, because they're really professional in South Africa, and that's a good thing.
oh,
And yeah, in my time, I've played with a lot of guys, and also one of the highlights is especially playing in the World Cup, where you play against all the top players in the world, and that's nice, because that's where you want to be, and that's where you want to measure yourself, because that's where you can see this guy is playing for the All Blacks, and
yeah.
this is his level, and this is where you are. So that was a nice opportunity to play that. But one of the big things was for me was Anton Dupont from France, where everyone said, yes, this guy is really good, and we had a chat and we said, yeah, he's good, he's really good, but you don't realize how good he is until you play against him and you see the stuff he does on the field.
Correct.
It's mad. When we played France, I was astonished by the way he reads the game and the way he controls the game. That was a big thing for me to learn from him, just to
Oh, okay.
see how professional they are, and how good they read the game and how quick they read the game. That was
Oh,
a
okay.
nice thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. Now, as an extension of the question that I asked you, if you played or some of the famous guys that you play with or against it, was it any of the teams, especially in early in your career, was it anybody that took you under his wing and you learned so many things from it, or if he was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
roommate or stuff like that?
Yeah. We had a lock at Namibia. He retired now, but PJ van Lille. If you Google him, you'll see he played 100 games for Bayonne in France in top
Hmm.
14 and Pro D2. So when I joined Namibia for the first time, he was a big part of Namibia, and he was playing second row as well. So he helped me a lot with getting into the structure with at Namibia, and getting what to do at international level. And that was a nice guy to have on the field while you're still young and you're learning, and it's your first time in a squad. So that's a nice guy to have in the squad. And I think personally for me, he helped me a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. And also because one of the beginner like question again, because you started early age, were you like strong mentally from the beginning, and or you just through experience and in time, you're able to control your emotions better?
Yeah. I think I think you get better in time. I don't think I was mentally that strong, and the way you control your emotions when you're younger. I think you see the game different when you get older, and you see what's important, and you see what's not important on the pitch. For like where I am now, I want to play for a team and I want to win. That's the important thing. That's my only goal, and that's the only thing I focus on. When I feel when you're a bit younger, you have a lot of things, and you wanna shine, if I can say it like that. You wanna sidestep a guy, and you wanna go and score a 50-meter try. But I think as you get older, you get more mature, and you realize what's important for the team. So for me, it's not important for the team for me to score tries. I have different works, and I need to focus on what I need to do on the pitch for the other players to score a try. So
Yeah,
I think that comes with age, and that comes with experience, and yeah.
yeah, correct. And you said it right because you came in. you wanted to win because that's the spirit of Steaua. and
Yeah.
uh, but I also like wanted to ask you. I know it's not good to talk about yourself, but I wanted to ask you because I don't have your coaches or your brother or your father to ask you about this. I
Yeah.
want to ask you what you consider your best quality, your best strength, and what is one thing that you try to cover it and try to work every single day and every single game, not to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, yeah. For me personally, the position I play, that's lock, and I'm the enforcer. I'm supposed to be the enforcer on the field, so I focus a lot on what I do with the ball. So when I get the ball, I need to gain advantage. I need to get over the advantage line. When I make a tackle, I need to tackle a guy back. When I hit a rock, it needs to be so all my contact points. That's where I focus, and I focus to be really effective when I'm going into contact. If it's with a
Yeah,
ball or with a ball, that's my main focus when I go into a game.
yeah, correct. Uh, and also, during your career, and not just maybe even in your everyday life, do you have any, not just saying like superstitions, but maybe you have like any habits or things that you do in the day of the game, 1 hour before the game, or things that you realize they bring you luck? Some of you, maybe you still have it. Some of you like give up in time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a big thing when I went to Paarl Gym. My roommate at that time gave me a tight before the game because I didn't have a tight, so he gave me a
Yeah.
white tight before the game, and his name is still marked at the back because he marked his name there, and till today I play with that tight. So every rugby game I play with that tight. The same with my jumpers that you make for your lineouts that you put on your legs, the jumpers. I made that jumpers when I was 17, and every game I play with the same stuff. I don't like to change, and if I change at the end of the season. So if my scrum cap is broken or so, I'll play with it until the end of the season, and then I'll make a change. I can't change mid-season. And I think one more thing that I do is if we go in halftime, and I always try to be the first guy to go out second half. So that's a big thing for me. But I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but it's a thing that I learned that second half I always go onto the field first. Well, that's a thing I try to do. Yeah. Was 18 or 17, and I still today play with that. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing for me. I never change my jumpers. And then one thing is when we go in halftime, I always try to be the first player out on second half. So I want to be the first guy on the field second when second half starts. So I
Yeah.
don't know why I do that, but that's a habit that I learned on, and now I get myself every game if the halftime speech is done, I want to get out on the field and start second half. So I try to be the first. And then another thing that I do is I never change equipment during the season.
Oh,
So
okay.
if, for example, my scrum cap, if it's broken or there's a small thing wrong, then I won't change it in the season. I will finish the season with that, and then I will change. So it's a big thing. I also won't wear new boots in season. So I have two new pairs before the season starts, and that two pairs must go for the whole season. I don't change in season. So I just
Oh,
don't I stick with the same stuff the whole season. That's one of the things I do, yeah.
oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that that's like, yeah. You put it like right. Now I wanted to ask you which position do you consider the hardest one in rugby, and maybe it at the early age, the coaches like did they ever put you to play other position? Did you ever play other position, or did you ever wanted to play also other positions?
Yeah, yeah. I think probably one of the hardest positions in rugby must be number nine, the scrum half,
Yeah.
because he needs to be everywhere on the field for the whole 80 minutes. If he's late, the whole game plan is late. The running is everything is late. If he's late to a ruck or he's slow or so he runs. I think he runs a lot, and it's a hard position to cover. And when I was younger, I used to play lock, but they would also put me on number eight, so eighth man,
Oh.
and I really enjoyed that. That was a position that I played for a lot of years, and I really enjoyed that. But as I got older, I got a bit slower, so now number eight is not an option anymore. But that's really a nice position, and it's still a position I can cover, but it's not my primary position.
Yeah. Uh, how do you take that saying that a lot of people are talking about it, saying that the rugby is the sports for the hooligans playing by the gentlemen, and the football is the other way around?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer that, but the saying for me, the saying says it all, and I think it's true. We are 30 guys on the field, fighting to get the ball and to keep the ball and to get points, and we have put our bodies on the line every day when we go onto the field, and then afterwards all of us as friends. After that 80 minutes, if that whistle goes, then you're not angry anymore, and you don't have something against someone. Then you shake hands and you drink a beer together after the game, and everything that happened on the field is it's past. It's you never go back to that again.
Yeah, correct. And now that you mentioned the place where you played, and I also put them like on the screen on the scrolling from time to time, I heard when you said it that South Africa are the best one in the world. I know some people believe in that, but some people say that the New Zealand is the best one. So you actually believe in the South Africa being the better than New Zealand, right?
Yeah. I must say that I agree with you as well. I think between South Africa and New Zealand, they had times for a long time. For example,
Yeah,
5 6 years where New Zealand was really on top of the world when they had Dan Carter, Richie McCaw, all that guys playing that
yeah,
group. They were the best in the world, and no one could compete with them. And even if you're in the best in the world, sometimes you lose a game, and you're never going to win all the games. So I think that time New Zealand was definitely the best in the world, and I think in the era that we are in now, for the last couple of years, I think South Africa is definitely the best team in the world, just because of the amount of good players they have. They don't have 30 good players; they have 60 good players to pick that
yeah,
can play 10 match rugby every weekend. So I think they're doing really well, and they won back-to-back World Cup. So
yeah.
to win a World Cup is not easy, and they done it back-to-back. So, and it's in the last 8 years. So I really think at the moment they are the best team in the world, but that can change, eh?
Yeah, correct. So it's not like you have a favor. Is that you're talking about what it is right now? It's not like you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
sympathize
definitely.
more, because it would be like understanding if you sympathize with South Africa because he's from your continent.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's the same with me. Like I know Romania hasn't been that. She's been like beating a lot of teams from the top 10 from time to time, like France or
Yeah.
Wales or Argentina or Italy
They,
or something.
they won
But they,
Tonga now. They won Tonga recently as well, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
but,
that's a
but
big.
but the thing is, like, yeah. So it depends on but It's totally understandable if you prefer South Africa than Australia.
Yeah,
It's like the same with me. Like, because I'm from Europe over there, I cheer for England.
yeah. No, it's the same, yeah. Yeah, but I think rugby is at a good place at the moment. It's really competitive at the top, and I think like you talk now, Romania is doing really good the last couple of years, especially with some of the teams that they won, and again they qualified easily for the World Cup in 2027. So I think Romanian rugby is at a really good place at the moment, and it's good. It's good for the country. Even the club rugby is at a good place. So that's why the national team also benefits from that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but it's like I think you're like too optimistic about it because we are something. I told you, like, not at the top level, but we are something a while ago. And what happened to us? The last World Cup was like embarrassing. So now that you're trying to make us,
No. But that's the thing. Also for Namibia, we lost 98-0 against France at the World Cup. I played 80 minutes that game. So, and
Mhm.
everyone would say, yes, where's the rugby going for Namibia? And you losing with 98 points. Or I don't know if Romania got a big score against them, but
No,
it's the good.
Romania has the largest win that you ever had. We had one time 100-0 against Bulgaria.
Yeah. But it's the World Cup, and you're playing top teams there, and you're playing guys that's playing the whole year, and that's playing competitive rugby, that's being together the whole time. So it's difficult to judge a country off a World Cup. I think
Yeah, correct.
you need to judge Romania rugby off the test match they play in between a World Cup. So
Yeah,
I think
correct.
Romania is really doing well because they won Tonga. I think it was last year or beginning this year. They won Tonga. So they're not
Yeah,
doing bad. The rugby in Romania is really not bad at the moment. I think they have a new coach now. It's a French coach as well. So I think the
yeah.
Romanian is really going forward at the moment. It feels for me, it feels that way. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I watch rugby especially because of Steaua, but I know what's our level, so I don't expect like too much. So I know where we are, so I don't expect Romania to be like South Africa or Australia.
Yeah, yeah. But they're definitely building, eh? And I think if you keep on building and you have a good setup, nothing is impossible. You can definitely get into that top 15 of the world, and then you're playing good teams every weekend.
Yeah, correct. And now that, like I said, we definitely hope that you're gonna help us with your experience, not just from your national team, but through those years that you've been in those places where rugby is at the high level. And I want to ask you, how much did you know about our country when you came to Bayamare? And if you're like scared, and
Yeah,
how much did you know now? And how much did you know about Steaua? Because Steaua, it's a multi sections club. And I think there's no club in this world that has 40 sections like we had. And,
yeah.
and it's the biggest club in Eastern Europe that has so many
Yeah.
European championships like handball, football, fencing, and so many of them. So, but you said that you're like there was no brainer where Steaua called you. You came right away. But how much
Yeah.
did you know about our country when you came in? And what's your image about the country now?
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it was 2017 or 2018, but the Junior World Trophy under 20.
I was in
It was
Bucharest. Yeah, yeah, in Bucharest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I played there for Namibia, and our training ground was at Steaua. So Steaua hosted
it wasn't.
Namibia there.
It was in 2018 in Bucharest. 2018. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So Steaua was hosting us there. So we trained on their field, and so I saw what's going on at Steaua in 2018 that time, but I think I was young, and
yeah,
you don't look at the opportunities the same as you get older. And that time Steaua did give me an opportunity at in 2018. They gave me a contract, and I decided not to take it
hmm
because that time I wanted to spend more time closer to home, and I wanted to be in South Africa and
right.
try everything. And so I had a little bit of experience about Bucharest, but what I had there was more in a tournament. So you don't really see the city and you don't see everything. And when I went back to Bayamare and Bucharest is two different. It feels like two different worlds.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Bayamare, it was more than I'm used to that because Namibia is also small cities and not a lot going on. And so Bayamare was like that for me. And then when I got the call for Steaua, I said I definitely want to do that because it's in Bucharest and it's an opportunity I had and I didn't
yeah.
take it previously. So I really wanted to go back, and my two Namibian players was there as well. So Prince and Max is
Yeah.
playing at Steaua as well, and they play with me for Namibia. So I gave them a call and asked them, how is it there? Is it nice? And they said it's really nice. And I must say, since I joined Steaua, my whole understanding about Romania changed because the way Bayamare did things and the way Steaua did things it's two different worlds, and I'm really happy at the moment at Steaua. And when I joined the team, it's like joining any professional team in the world because everything is professional. We have recovery places at Steaua. We're training with GPSs. They're looking at stats, and we're having video sessions, and it's a top class gym. And so there's nothing I can really say that I wish Steaua did this and it would have been a better environment. Everything at
Mhm.
Steaua is already the best, and you have the best, and it's a good environment. So yeah, I'm really happy that I made that move.
Oh, nice. So I just want to mention that this is what you think and this is what you feel. So I didn't put you to say that.
Yeah. No. It's really how I feel, and I'm glad I made a move to Steaua. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm happy too because and I was usually I don't come every year. I was 2 years ago, and I was this summer, but it was when it was a break of the season. I came like in June, and I meet with like a bunch of players that I know from there. But you're not like acquired at that time because the announcement was for you in August. But
Yeah.
hopefully, when I'm coming next year, I think like somewhere in July. I don't know if you guys going to be in July around, but when I come, like if I could reach you over there, I would definitely come and take a picture with you too.
Yeah, that would be nice to meet you in person as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. For me, it's always like people know how much well, I care about Steaua. Is like if I could take Steaua with me, maybe I will never come back to Romania.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Even though I have relatives, I don't want to say that because I have relatives. But this is
yeah,
how I feel about the club. And when I was born, that was the biggest success that Romania had in Olympics in '84 when they had the most trophies after United States. They were in the second place. So
I didn't
most
know.
of those people were from Steaua. So this is how I grew up with Steaua, with having
Yeah,
success in all the disciplines, and that's why like I'm with Steaua now. Even if they are the last one, I was still going to be with Steaua.
yeah, you stand with Steaua. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It's impressive how big Steaua is. Like we are rugby players. You don't know about everything. Always, especially for me coming from Namibia and I'm coming to Steaua now. You
yeah,
don't know about everything. But when I walk there, there's a wrestling gym and then there's table tennis. And I asked the guys, "Is boys is do we have a lot of sports and stuff here?" And they said, "Yeah, the sport is really big." And I learned more about Steaua. And the football, I went to watch a football game with one of the guys. I
yeah.
can't remember what game it was, but yeah, it's a big club and there's a lot of sports in Steaua and they're doing good, eh?
Yeah, and then well, some of them are doing good, and even Ruby used to be good with Sawa. He hasn't been for a few years, and that's why
Yeah,
we hoping that eventually is going to come somehow the title back home. Like we said it, we have a bunch of cups like in the last few years, but we haven't been the title for like for a while. So I
yeah,
don't want,
yeah.
yeah. So we
Yeah, I
hoping
think
that every
that is definitely a target we have, and we need to get that cup back home, eh? We need to win
yeah.
that championship, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, and now I'm going to put that picture with you being uh, the most valuable player of the game, and it was your. I don't know if it was your first game with Steaua, but it was the first game in the Romanian Cup that you play against your former team by Amare, and you guys won it by 1 point, and you were uh, selected the most valuable player of that game. How
Yeah.
did you feel playing against Bayamare? How was the game, and how if you could take us through your emotion
Yeah.
on that game?
Yeah. Yeah, at that stage, I haven't played a lot for Steaua yet, and still today I haven't played a lot because when I joined the team, they only had the semi-final and final left if they qualified. So
Yeah,
we unfortunately lost the semi-final,
yeah, I know.
and
I didn't want to say that. I was just saying about
yeah,
this game.
yeah, and so coming to this game, I didn't have a lot of game time for Steaua. So being a new player they signed, you need to perform and you need to get game time for them to keep you. So this was a really important game for me, for me personally to perform and just to prove to Steaua that I'm here and I want to win and I want to make a difference here. So I think on that day I did good with that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had a good game and it was especially nice to win by Amare at home. It was in Bayamare,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
correct.
was really a big win for us as a team. Yeah,
Yeah, correct. And you said it was easier for you to adjust because some of the players they were from your country already at Steaua. And
yeah,
when I did my documentation, I've seen that you're the second player that ever played for Bayamare from Namibia. Who was the first one? Because not being a Bayamare fan, I don't know who was the first
yeah, yeah. It
Namibian.
was it was hilarious Kisting. He's playing for Dinamo now.
Oh, okay. So
He's
okay.
with us here in the group as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we have Namibians there in Romania currently. Yeah.
Is he playing? And is he still playing with the national team with you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's in the squad now. He's with us here in Namibia. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to ask you talking about this because when you come to the national team, sometimes player want to stay in the same room maybe like being friends or being from the same team, but are you guys where the coach is like spreading you from different teams just to make more of a connection with you on the field?
Yeah, not necessarily, because we spend a lot of time together during the day. So we really spend a lot of time. We see each other every day. We're training together every day. So they put us in rooms. Yeah, they give us a rooming list, but then you can swap out and you can go stay with who you want. But to be a better team, you stay with your position. So I will go stay with the line out caller or with another lock, so we can understand and we talk about the lineouts and we go through the game plan. So you try to stay with someone that's in your position. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, I
Yeah.
see. Now that I mentioned that you play for the national team in the lot of World Cups, like under 17, 19, 20, and stuff like that. Some of them even like multiple times. Was it any of the going from one stage to another, from then going to the senior? Was it any stage that the connection with went not smoothly and it was a little bit like tough for you, or all the time when you went from one stage to the other on your career, everything was smoothly because you took care of it and you took like it says baby steps, or it was any of
Yeah.
these steps like harder for you?
Yeah, no. I think for me personally, it was not that hard, because I went from Namibia under 17 and then under 18, and then I played under 19 2 years. I
Mhm.
played under 20 2 years, and while you're playing under 20, while I played under 20, the national team, the senior team, called you up for training sessions and stuff. So you training with them, and my brother was playing a senior team already that stage. So my transition from a junior under 20 to going to the national team was actually not hard, because I have my brother there, and I have trained with all those guys for a few years before I officially joined them to be part of the squad. So that's what makes it nice. From if you're coming from under 19 and you're going up, you have a lot of training sessions with that guys, and by the time you make your debut, you've known these guys for a few years, you've been in the system, so it's not a hard jump. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I don't want to say like it's your idol, because sometimes like you like somebody because of whatever he plays. If it's an actor or he plays
Yeah.
sports, but I just want to say it from the specific stuff that they do. Are you watching any specific sports people that you admire, and you watch them like in the shadow, and you admire their career, and there was like something that you would take your career to, like any sports person that does things, or
Yeah, for me personally, he's not playing anymore. But rugby wise,
hmm
Bucky Botha was one of my idols, and I till today before a game I would watch his games and see what he did on the field, and then I would try to do the same and try because that's the same position I play.
yeah.
I look up to him a lot, so I try to get to do what he does, and then I try to do it as good as he did it. So yeah, but he's not playing sport at the moment. He's retired now a long time ago. But that was one of my idols, I think, growing up as well, just to see the way he played rugby. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you don't have somebody else from another sport, right?
No. I only watch rugby, and sometimes a bit of cricket, and maybe golf if I walk past the TV and the golf is on. But yeah, apart
Oh,
from
so
that,
so I
yeah.
guess next year in June, July, you're not gonna watch the World Cup, right?
What World Cup is on?
The in soccer in World Cup is gonna be over here,
Uh,
Canada and
yeah,
Mexico.
I
Yeah,
didn't even know the World Cup is on.
it will be over here. Unlucky for me, I could only go to the group stage games, because then I have to come to Romania when it's July. I have one of my nieces is getting married, so I have to come to a wedding. But
Oh
uh,
yeah,
otherwise, I would go to other games too. I don't know if Romania is qualified, but uh, we don't know at this stage. But anyway, when it's the World Cup, and if it's not Romania around, usually I cheer for England and Brazil. So I'll have somebody
yeah,
actually.
yeah. I didn't even know about when the football World Cup is, but I will definitely watch when it's a World Cup. I would watch. I would watch definitely. But everyday life, I won't
I watch.
watch.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
normal, and being rugby being the your most important like sports in your country. Uh, Now that you mentioned at the beginning, um, your school, that famous school that you went through. If you could like tell us like two or three more questions, how was the time over there? How it influenced your career in your life? Like I said, now you're not just like a good player. You could we could call you like also an intelligent person, and one of the reasons because you went to that school, right?
yeah, yeah. I definitely think when I got the opportunity, so I was playing rugby here in Namibia, and they gave me a call and said I must come over there, and they want me to be part of their school and stuff. So I went there with thinking it's the same as Namibia and thinking it's a little bit bigger, but it's the same concept and everything is the same. But my whole life changed when I went to that school. Just the way that they do things and the way that they prepare you to be a professional after school. That's where I think is the difference. Because we trained professionally. They the games we played and especially like the inter schools. I don't know if you know the inter schools between Paarl Gymnasium and Paarl Boys is the biggest schoolboy rugby game in the world.
Oh, okay.
There's not a bigger game in the world. So I've played in that 2 years because I played first team and I played first team grade 11 and grade 12. So I played 2 years in that, and just the doors that open because there's I think there's 25,000 people that day in the stadium watching that game, and then there's thousands of people around the world that watch that game, and that game is there's so many eyes on you and there's so many people looking for players
Right.
that watch that game, and after that game there's teams contacting you and asking you, do you want to come and join us, do you want to come here? So it's just the platform they give you to go from school level to professional after school is really massive, and I would my whole life I would be thankful for the opportunity that they gave me, because I think that's where my rugby career really started. It was always a thing I want to do. I want to play professional rugby, but I think um, they helped me to really start my career. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you a question. I hope you won't be like too long your answer, not because I don't want it to, but it's I want to ask you how many major injuries did you have in your career?
Uh, I've I didn't have like major ones. I've had 3 knee surgeries now, 2 on my right and 1 on my left, and then I have like my tendons is torn off in my left ankle. So that's but it's an injury that you can't repair now, because if you repair it when you're done with rugby. So
Oh,
I've only
okay.
had the 3 surgeries on my knees, and then that's the only surgeries I've had in my career. Yeah. Then a
Yeah,
few minor injuries, breaking a finger or stuff like that, but that's part of the game.
part of the game. Yeah, right. Not because you play boxing or something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no.
Now going to the extreme. So this was a, a question that uh, I'm happy we went like pretty quick. And now going to the happy one. Not that we are like stressed or anything through this interview, but you being a professional sports person, you guys have most of the memories doing your like trainings preseason, half a season, or even after the season.
Yeah.
And if you could share with us uh, like a funny story, a prank, or something that happened in your training that, and you know that used to say that it's a lot of things happening in there, and some of them you cannot tell them about it. So something that you could
Yeah.
say, you know.
Yeah, I must think now. There's not something that pops up really quickly,
Well,
but
the first thing that comes in your mind, because I'm pretty sure it happens maybe to not just to your national team, maybe in your one of the teams, or maybe just the first thing that happen comes to your mind. Because I know there's a lot of them, and you have to think which
yeah,
one
yeah.
you have to say it.
Yeah, one funny story for us. It was really funny when we were at the World Cup with Namibia. I think it was before the game against France. We were really under pressure, and we had a line-out session, a forward session, and our
Yeah.
session was 8 o'clock in the morning. And one of our locks that was in the squad, Mapisa,
Uh-huh.
he came and he woke up the morning and he had a sleeping pill on his bed, and he had like his vitamins, because they give us vitamins and you take
Yeah, yeah.
vitamins, and he just woke up and he took his sleeping pill was part of part of the pills that was in his shot glass.
Yeah.
And we were standing at the line-out session, and that guy he's just rubbing his eyes and he's looking at the coach. And then we had like a good 10 hours sleep, and he couldn't finish the training. He was napping while we're doing line-outs. He was sleeping next to us because he took his sleeping pill and not his vitamins. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's a pretty good one. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Now that you said it's like not an extension of this, but also I wanted to ask you because I wanted people like to know from you not just the sports side, also uh, like a personal question, but it's not like too much of it. It's like I wanted to ask you which is your favorite place that when you go back home in Namibia, you always wanted to go back and see it, and maybe you charge your batteries. And now that you went to Baia and Steaua, what is your favorite place in Romania now?
Yeah. I haven't done a lot of traveling in Romania because you really just you stuck into rugby the whole time, and then when the rugby is done, I come back home. So every chance
Okay.
I get, my wife and my daughter stays in Namibia. So
Oh,
if
so
we
they never
have
came in Romania with you?
no, they haven't been in Romania. They were in France with me, but they haven't been to Romania. I'm planning to bring them there next year
Yeah.
for a short vacation. But my daughter
Yeah.
is in school here in Namibia, and my
Oh,
wife
yeah.
is working here. So for
Right.
them
Right.
to leave everything again and come. So that's why this is a difficult question to answer because I don't really go out in Romania and
Oh, yeah.
see
Yeah. Correct.
and do
No.
stuff.
Because I don't want to
Yeah,
say like like dip of a question. Maybe you just
yeah.
like to see one place and you go there, stay
The
five
place
minutes.
that I liked is
Yeah.
Therme, or what do you call it in Bucharest? The place where you go and recover. I think it's Therme.
Oh,
It,
okay. Oh, I
it's
see.
a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
recovery place where
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
pools and saunas and stuff. So that's a nice place where you can go and relax and recover and stuff. So that's one of the places I went to in Bucharest
Yeah.
that I really enjoy. And I played some indoor golf in Bucharest. So that's also something that's nice. I like to play golf.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that yeah. Apart from that, I don't really travel there because I
Yeah.
come home every chance that I get. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, and now that you say that your wife and the kid is now with you in your country, is definitely when you see them back. That's with your biggest, the happiest
That's
moment.
yeah, that's where I reset and I charge my batteries when I come here and I see them a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Now I wanted to ask you, how do you see the rugby? How was developed? Like when you started, and if somebody is going to try to start now, there's that not conflict, but the discussion between the generation when they said, "Hey, in your time was better than now. You have better
Yeah.
condition now than in that time, so you shouldn't complain." So how do you
Yeah.
see this the discussion between the generation, and if you think if you're not born when you're born, and if you're born today, you think it would be easier for you to start rugby now than it was when you started?
Yeah, I think when we started rugby, it was definitely more physical, and there was not a lot of laws that really protected you because we had like the scrums where we you just hit. It was
Yeah,
not controlled, and there was not a lot of red cards and stuff like that. Where today there's a lot of laws that they try to protect you, which is good for us personally. It's good for our medical stuff when you get
yeah,
older. But I think for someone that if I had to start today, I don't think it would be easier. I think it would be the same because yeah, we are more protected now, but you still need to work hard and you still need to be fit and you still need to perform every weekend. So I think for a young guy, if I need to give him advice, I would say it's just to keep on working hard when nobody sees you because there's a lot of time in rugby where you think no one sees you. Like for me, playing at Steaua, there's not a lot of Namibians know about Steaua, but
yeah,
or South Africans. Not a lot of South Africans know about Steaua, but there's a lot of the time where a South African club would call me and ask me, "How long is your contract still at Steaua? How's your stuff going?" So my thing is, you need to work hard when you think no one is watching you, and I think that would be advice I would give someone because there's always someone watching you, and there's always an opportunity that can come out of anything. So it's just to work hard, and you'll get rewarded, definitely.
Yeah. Uh, you play like in South Africa, and like I said, I made that comparison with with the New Zealand. Maybe I should make it also with Australia, because Australia is one of the teams that it's always at the high levels there. Sometimes they win it too. So
Yeah.
when you were a kid, what was your like dream or goal? Like when you're gonna be later on in your career, like to go and play somewhere in South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, or
Yeah.
was
I, yeah, my goal was from a young age. I really wanted to play Test rugby for Namibia,
mhm.
and one of the big things, I wanted to play rugby in South Africa. I wanted to play Super Rugby, and I wanted to play URC in South Africa, just because it's closer to my family. It's
Oh
closer
yeah,
to
yeah,
where I come from. It's easier. It's I love Romania, and I would stay there for another 5 years. It's just the thing that makes it difficult is my family and everyone
correct,
being here. It's a 18-hour flight
right,
every
right,
time you need to see someone. So if we only have 2 or 3 days off, you can't quickly come home. Whereas if I play in South Africa, it's a 2-hour flight. So if I
correct.
have 3 days off, I fly home for 3 days.
Yeah, but
So
and we definitely appreciate you even more because you said at one time you want to bring your wife and your kid in vacation, and maybe when you're gonna retire, sometimes you're gonna come back again to Romanian vacation.
definitely, I'll definitely come to Romania. I love the country. It's really a nice country for me, and I think my daughter will really like Romania. So I
Yeah.
already told them next year we have a big wedding next year June, and I think after that I
Oh,
told them
nice.
I want them to come
Yeah.
to Romania for a
Well,
month or two.
look, you have the wedding in June, and I have the wedding in July, so maybe
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna see you
yeah,
Romania in July.
yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
And then also, I wanted to ask you, uh, when you came in Romania, you played at Baia Mare against Steaua and Dinamo, which was a hardest team for you to play against. And now that you came to Steaua, you know our biggest rivals in Dinamo is in all the sports that we have them. So how do you see this rivalry?
I don't understand why it was like that, but yeah, definitely at Bayamare we really prepared hard for Dinamo,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a hard game for me personally. Even the final that we lost last year in December against Dinamo, that game was hard for me. But now moving to Steaua, playing Dinamo, it was a different. It was different. It was not
Much
that bad.
easier, right?
Yeah, for me personally, I can't say now it was much easier because we lost that game, but it was in game. The feeling I had while playing was definitely not the same when I was at Bayamare. It was easier with Steaua, and yeah, Bayamare was also. I think that score we won by 1 point,
Yeah.
but if you see the game, we were supposed to win by at least 15, 20 points, but we made a
Mm-hmm.
lot of simple mistakes in crucial moments that led Bayamare to come back. But
Yeah.
actually, that was not a tight game, and it was we were dominating that whole game. As a team, we really played good that day.
Yeah. Correct. But you know how they say at the end, yeah, it counts for like a day or two. You're thinking about, hey, it was a close game, but then in few years, you're just gonna remember that you win. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
won that game. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, I said it because it's easier because like I said, we have the rivalry with Dinamo in all of the sports that we have them, and we compete with them. So that's why uh, it's gonna bring you like a lot of maybe some of the players like told you what to do, and then sometimes for us as a fans, it counts more if you beat Dinamo than winning the title. You know?
Yeah. I know. It's sometimes hard to sometimes the fans have an expectation,
Yeah.
and really important as a team and as players to keep the fans happy, because you won't realize how much energy and stuff if that stadium is packed with Star fans and they're cheering you on. That really gives you a lot of energy, and it helps you. So it's important always to keep a good relationship with the fans and to meet the expectations they have. But there is sometimes that the fans expect a lot of things, and
I
they are
know,
not
yeah.
happy always. Yeah.
Because is that saying? Now you're part of Steaua family, but for somebody to talk about Steaua from outside, you always say you could never understand if you're not one of us.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's totally understandable, especially for you to have friends, like you said. Another friend of yours that plays in the national team, he plays for Dinamo, so it's actually a rival when you play against them. But it's absolutely normal to be friends because I have two of my best five friends. They cheer for Dinamo, but they're not such a fanatic fans like me. Because when Steaua is playing with Dinamo, they say it's normal for Steaua to win. So maybe they said that just on respect for me or something.
Yeah. For you to just show respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. But on the field, you with your club, and funny enough, last year when I was at Bahamara and played Dinamo in the final,
Yeah.
me and TC had a scuffle, and we were fighting there on the ground, and
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it's him because in that moment you just go and you just want to win. You don't see who's in front of you, but yeah, after the game, you best friends and you play together for the national team. So yeah.
Correct. Now I wanted to ask you. This is more of assuming questions, but we have actually in Romania we have one of our legends in handball, a woman that is ruling over the worldwide the handball. So she's one of the five people that decide everything that is happening in handball. Like an assuming question, like I said, if you, I don't know if you remember that movie, like uh, uh, Bruce Almighty, when you're like the God for one day. So,
Yeah.
if you would have a power to rule the rugby for one day or something, because I don't know. I mean, I admire rugby, but I don't know it like too deeply into the rules and stuff. Is it one rule that actually bothers you and you would change it? And what would be like one thing that you could like add uh, to the rugby to help the players and everybody around it?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to think now because you grow up with the rules, so there's not you don't really think about it a lot. But
Because
I
you said it wasn't like too much of like with the red cards and stuff. So maybe you would change some of that or
yeah, but they changed it, and it's I would definitely change the amount of times they go to the TMO because I feel the referee on the field nowadays he
hmm
never makes a decision on his own, so he sees
oh, okay.
something straight away. He goes to the TV, and the TV guy tells him, okay, this is what happens, and this. So I would say the amount of times you can go to the TMO. I
Yeah,
would limit that. I would say that the captain can ask to go to the TMO, like in cricket where they have a review. In cricket, both
yeah.
teams have two reviews. So I would say that so that the ref can make a call on the spot on the field about what he sees, and that's why there's a lot of red cards and stuff today because they go to the TV and then they change everything. So I think that's one thing I would do,
Okay.
and yeah, I don't think I would change anything else.
Yeah. Well, that's why I ask you because you know better. And sometimes I know there's different sports when they said the referee are controlling a lot of the games, like in polo water. That I know some of the games are decided by the referees, and a lot of people are upset about that. And that's why I ask you if the situations like that also in rugby or if it bothers
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
We
But
have a
anyway,
lot of refs in rugby because I don't understand. We have a ref on the field and we have two refs on the side,
right.
and then with the TMO with the TV. So I just feel the refs on the field needs to make a decision on their own. Yeah, if it's really a 50-50, go up to the TV. But
Yeah.
I feel nowadays they misuse the TMO. They misuse the review system. And I think
Correct.
the refs on the field needs to make a decision quicker and make a decision on the field. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
they are the refs.
Uh, Thank you, Adrian, again, and sorry to keep you this long, and uh, sorry for those two interruption that people actually won't see it because I'm gonna cut them.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
again, thanks for this opportunity, and you people will see this, and I say it again. This was like a recording, and you people are going to see that like in a couple of weeks. And at the end, if you have a message for Steaua fans.
I just think for Star fans that we are really working hard, and we are trying to get the championship back. And I think it's gonna be soon. I think next year we have a big chance to win the championship, and that's why where we are working to. That's the
Yeah.
only.
Well, actually, I said this was the last, but it just came like another question in my mind. There's another discussion that said about the rivalry that sometimes when the game comes, if it's like too many foreign players, maybe they don't know the spirit of Steaua and Dinamo rivalry, and sometimes maybe that's why they don't go, they don't hire their level and stuff. Do you think even there's a lot of foreign players for Steaua at the rugby section? Do you think they know by now what it means to play against Dinamo and they really care about that game?
I definitely think that foreign players, because I speak for myself now. Yes, I don't know about the big Dinamo Steaua rivalry, but every time I put on a Steaua shirt, I'm there to give my best. If we're playing Clues or we're playing Dinamo, I'm there,
Yeah.
and I give my best. And we can also feel, and the way we prepare in the week, everyone tells you this is the big game and this is the
Oh,
rivalry. So I will never go on the field and not play my best. If I put on the Star Wars shirt, I give my best. And yeah, I know sometimes the fans are not happy with your best, but I
yeah.
guarantee you we go and we give our best. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that, and I'm sorry that, and I really miss those times in the 90s and early 2000 when I was there in the stand and cheer for all of them, and I'm still friend with our leader that was at that time, and I actually came back this summer and I saw him again, and I said maybe next time I'm gonna take him, and but we usually now we go to the. Uh, 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 to the next to the press there or whatever, we have legends and we stay with them because
Yeah.
we let the new guys cheer for us, but sometimes maybe for the old times I would go back into the to the stadium and cheer for you again. But hopefully next time I'm coming, I could see you take a picture and shake hands with the guys again. Again, your coach knows me, some of the players knows me because I took some interview with them, and I wish you uh, success, not just playing for Steaua, even in your everyday life, and to bring your family as soon as possible to Romania. And I hope they're going to enjoy it too. And like I said, I'm gonna hold my uh, cross my fingers for you. Even now, even if I'm gonna sweat and even I'm so far away, believe I'm gonna cheer for them, and I'm gonna be next to you, like even imaginary.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah.
for your time as well. It was really nice.
Thank you. So, guys, this was for this week. I'll see you guys next week with another big guest. And of course, at the end, we cannot end without saying Forza Steaua.